Whoa, what's going on, everybody? Uh, Out here, somewhere on planet Earth, we're in the beach. I know a lot of people say, you can't be a punk, live on the beach in your van. There's no way. Even on the East Coast, there's definitely no way. Well, right at the shoreline, dude. The actual shore actually came up to like right here last night, right below that tree line. I was like, man, if it goes up anymore, I'm gonna have to move. Um, but yeah, dude, last night the tide was up pretty high. Very, very choppy too. The water temp is 55, but like, shit, I'll go in for a little bit, for like a couple minutes. Anyways, so here I am, right? I kind of want to make this video here because I want to vent a little bit. You know, being a punk rocker is already hard enough. You got criminal charges. And other people say, well, you don't need to have a criminal record to be a punk rocker. Yeah, you do. Period. Yeah, you do. I don't want to hear that. I don't even argue with people like that. It's funny, like people like get offended on my Instagram when I say, unless you got a criminal record, you're not punk. And like, oh, interesting. So if I don't have a criminal record, I'm not punk? No, you're not. You know why? Because you don't get it. You don't get against all authority. You don't get ACAB. You don't get 1312. You don't get no fucking leaders, no fucking gods, no masters. You don't fucking get it. You know why? Because you comply with the system. You fall in line. We do not. You don't have these. You don't have these at all. I would have my face and my neck done and my throat, but I don't have money for tattoos, so I can't even do a trade. So that's where I'm at right now. I actually chose to live in my van, but also I haven't had a job for 2 years. Every job I applied at, I've been up and down. I mean, I've been in Pennsylvania, all over Pennsylvania, and then I've been in Philly. Now I'm in the beach towns. I can't find work, and I'll get to that in a second. But me and my buddies were talking. It's like I don't have any felonies, but I have fighting charges. I got drug charges, alcohol charges, assault police charges. I got dumbed down. None of these are felonies. All of them, either I pled down, and everybody's like, "Oh, you pussy." I'm like, "No, it's intelligently you pled down. If you don't have the money to prove that you can beat them, I could beat the last significant charge I had, terroristic threats, that we got dumbed down to disorderly conduct. That shouldn't have existed because it wasn't even in person. It was a third party text I sent to somebody vetting, and then they sent to that person. And somehow I got charged. And we told the cops you're fucking the R word, And I meant 100%. They're all idiots. I told the court system they're idiots and all that. And at the arraignment, I told the judge, like, this is stupid. I'm getting charged with a text to someone that I was venting to, and even said in the text I was venting to them, and you guys charged me for venting. Like, you want me to pay $1,000 an hour emergency call to someone over in the overseas at 2 o'clock in the morning when I could just talk to a friend, or so I thought. Anyways, I almost got my bail revoked because of that, because I made that outburst, and then he gave me a no monetary bail, or RRR, and he told me if I get in any trouble, speeding ticket, whatever, he's going to revoke my bail until the case is resolved. But yeah, the attorney was right there. He's like, stop right now. Stop talking. I'm your attorney. Let me do the talking. Let me do the arraignment. I said, and then he was pissed when I got outside the courtroom. He's like, this and that. I was like, dude, I just said what I had to say. He's like, well, that's what gets you in trouble. And I was like, well, okay then. Lock me up for life. Screw it. Point the gun at my head, shoot it. I don't even care. I did everything I wanted to do in my life, and yeah, this is just new chapters that are never ending now. Now the chapters are just never ending. Or this is the epilogue or whatever, I did everything I wanted to do at 27 years old, everything I wanted to do. There's no regrets if I die tomorrow from a car crash, whatever. Nothing I didn't see or wanted to do in my life, and I'm happy with that. How can you say you haven't done everything in life? This fucking view, so close to the beach on the East Coast. But anyways, so I'm in this beach town, right? And I'm just applying for jobs just to work for the summer, just to have something, bar back or whatever. I'm getting denied everywhere. Everywhere. And my buddy's like, maybe it's your record, dude. They see you fight people. They don't want to hire people that fight. I was like, well, don't fuck with me, leave me the fuck alone. I asked you nicely to leave me alone, and I'm the one that gets in trouble for fucking punching him in the face or fucking threatening him or whatever. Leave me the fuck alone. Period. I even told the manager, I'm like, hey, this person's bothering me. I asked him to leave me alone. Next time, it's not my problem. That's what I told him. That's literally what I tell bosses all the time. Next time, it's not my problem. Period. I'm not going to stand for someone that disrespects me. If I try to be respectful, I let them know, hey, you're being disrespectful. and they just keep doing it, next time it's not my problem. Period. I dealt with it my way. I don't understand how that's a bad thing. I really don't. It's taking matters in my own hands and basically, not dealing with bullshit and taking up for myself. They tell us to take a stand and defend yourself and stand up to bullying. Well, here I am and I get charged. It's fucking ridiculous. Or I even stand up for people that can't. They're voiceless. I've lost a lot of weight, dude, but I haven't been eating, and the reason why I haven't been eating, what is that? The reason I haven't been eating is because, like, I have no money. So I'm just trying to stretch everything out, reserving my energies for, everything right now. I've lost probably 15 pounds in the last 2 months, but it is what it is. Anyways, so I'm applying at these jobs. I immediately, get told next day, oh, this position's filled, and it's not. It's not, because it's still posted. I even called them, hey, I put an application in, looking to spend the summer here for the season, blah, blah. Okay, we'll look at it, blah, blah. But I get denied. I mean, I could be a lifeguard, but I probably get disqualified for that too. Like I say, I had nothing violent, nothing sexual offenses, none of that. It's just fighting charges, assault police officer charges, drug and alcohol. That's it. Pure punk shit, So anyways, I was thinking about doing lifeguard again, but like I've lost so much weight, dude. I'm not built for it, I don't think. So, but anyways, I'm at this beach town, and what I've noticed is there's a lot of Asians, Indians, and blacks, right? I've not seen many whites, and like everybody's like, oh, we're diverse, whatever. Okay, cool. But all these people are not speaking fluent English. Like they have that accent, and they're cool. Like we're all cool and all that. Like blah blah blah. But like these companies, I know what they're doing. These companies are hiring these fucking people cheap or have deals with countries to bring these people in and replace them for seasonal workers. And then they go on the fucking news and say, oh, we don't have any workers. That's why we're hiring from beyond or international workers, because we don't have nobody that's applying for these jobs. They're in United States workers, whatever. So I have to laugh at that. I really do. I have to laugh at these companies that are going on TV and the media and the government saying that, oh, we can't hire Americans because nobody's applying. Everyone's applying. People are applying to work in the summer. People like me that live in the vans are applying to work in the summer at the beaches just so we could go surfing for a little bit and enjoy life and have a little money. It's just I think it's my record, but also I think it's because I'm white. I think it's racism by these companies, not by the people, but yeah, it's just sad. It really is. Yeah. But, I know some people at the casinos where I play blackjack or whatever, and I win big or whatever, they get mad when I don't tip them, black, white, whatever. Like I said, it's not a racism thing, but I just look at them like, psh, you didn't tip me when I win or lose, so what the fuck should I tip you for? Well, I was a good dealer. I said, dude, all you did was pull cards. That's it. And then Pit Boss walks over, and said, "The problem?" I was like, "No, man, there's no problem. Your dealer here was begging for tips, basically, and I, politely kind of like said, what about me? Okay, and I walked away. I was like, have a good day, guys. And then I went back like 2 hours later to the same person and did it again. But like I know there's some people out there that like says, oh, you're a white person, or you're a rich-looking guy or whatever. You owe me tips or this and that. I don't owe you shit. Period. That's why I do DIY the best I can, and I'm starting to get more and more into DIY because 1, I can't find a job, and 2, people fuck up everything, and then 3, I can't trust people. I'm not germaphobe, but I don't trust people cooking my food or whatever, or doing whatever. I don't, it sucks. I have to supervise somebody, fixing my car or my van because my neck injury. I have to supervise someone, doing a job, at the house or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to be that way. I should be able to trust anybody. And it's just people, I can't trust people. They like to skip around and shit, so it pisses me off. But there is some good people out there that, I address the issue, they fix it, I pay them, and they don't, they don't do this or that. There's people out there that have came up and like, yo, we got a problem, and they show me, and like, hey man, how much would it cost to replace all that? And he's like, well, I could do it for like $200 extra, you buy the materials, that's it. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's a day job basically. You gotta replace the siding. Yeah, okay, cool, man. And then it's people like that, legit people I like, and yeah. But I tell people straight up, I was like, don't screw me, man. You screw me once, shame on me. Screw me twice, shame on you. I was like, don't do it. But that's where we're at right now, man. Like, I don't know. It's just right now it's kind of down the dumps day. You know, if I go back inland from the beach, I'm still not gonna find a job. No matter, like, my resume is really good in my opinion, but like I guess when they see my background, but they'll hire a pedophile, right? They'll hire a pedophile, a chomo, rapist, or like drug dealers or whatever. I'm like, I'm serious. They have. I'm just like shocked. I was like, they must have got this charge while working there, but like most states are at will. They could terminate for any reason, so they should be terminating people for that. You know, it's just, like I've always said, and I know people are like this is classist or whatever, but the people that have these kind of violent sex charges, they should be the ones doing the trash. They should be the ones on the bottom fucking scavenger pool, because they are considered that in human eye. In human eye and in the society of America, they should be on the bottom. They should be the ones doing the worst fucking jobs. Why? Because they're the worst fucking people. But people like me get treated like this, and it's like, yeah, dude. I don't even care if I have to do a janitor job, dude, because I just need a little money. You know, just have a little bit of something, you know? Like, I'm not paying my fines right now. I got $3,000 in fines, and this is the first month in like 12 or 15 months I'm not paying them. And I'm really worried, you know, even if I get pulled over and the cop says you got warrants for not paying your fines, blah, 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 and then, you know, some other cases I never went to because they're fucking bullshit. You know, I know they're going to say, you know, we got to take you in, you're probably going to be locked up for a while, blah, blah. I'm like, well, dude, I can't find work. Like, my priority is to, you know, to live a little and survive, not fucking pay the fines until I get a stable employment. And I'll tell the judge that. I've already, you know, called the courthouse, and they're like, oh, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You got to pay this amount every month or you're going to be arrested. I'm like, then come fucking get me. I hang up. It's no point. But, I don't know. We're just chill, man. I'm trying everything positive, you know. You got to have PMA, and that's what I have right now is PMA. Yeah. I never ask for assistance. I don't ask for money. I ask for food, yeah. But I never ask for money, period. Because I want to work for that, you know. I want to work for that money, you know. So if I'm not working for that money, then, you know, we got an issue. Yeah. So everyone's out there saying, oh, there's jobs everywhere. Guys, it's all fake. Most of them are just taking your resumes and just having them on file. I've been in a management spot at a car wash, and we had like a fucking stack of this. When I had to talk with people about the behavior, I'm like, I bring out the file cabinet. I said, I got stack applications right here. I can hire anyone but you. I was like, I want you here, dude, but you gotta change your behavior. Period. I was a manager then. So that's what they do. They collect these resumes. They always say they're hiring. Now they're always taking applicants. They're always taking resumes. That's it. No one's fucking hiring right now. The job market's bleak. Shit sucks. Even with a good resume, once they see your background now, they'll just take your resume. That's it. Dude, I'm old school. I don't know. My backpack's up there. I walk in with a resume in hand, and I got my book bag full of, like, you know, my certifications, whatever, and they still won't hire me. That doesn't impress them. The first time, you know, the first impression matters, and I sometimes even have the hat on, I have my mohawk up, and they like that. Some of them are impressed or whatever, but then they look at my background, or they, oh yeah, we post online all the time. We're not actually hiring now. We'll always take on vacations. I'm like, isn't that considered fraud? Employment fraud? You know, you're not hiring, but you're always saying you're hiring. Crazy. Anyways, just want to make this video to rant a little bit. Don't want to burn the battery on my phone. I think I'm going to stay here all day anyways. But thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. And hopefully things change.